Hello and welcome back to Seriously Donuts. I can't believe it's episode 2 already.
Yay!
Like, woohoo! My name is Bola and this is the beautiful
Abi.
Good to see you guys, and thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your follows. Within a week, you guys followed us on Instagram, and we're super excited that within a week we have
100, over 100 actually.
over 100 of you guys now follow us on Instagram. Thank you so much. Our phone is ringing. That might be the 200th follower. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Incidentally, that happened to be my mother on the phone. And this week we are going to be speaking about Mother's Day, which is next Sunday, right?
Yes, it's a Mother's Day special.
Absolutely. Woohoo! You know, the older I get, the more involved and the more excited I get about celebrating women at every point, because sometimes you look at your life, sometimes you look at what you've been through as a woman, as a mother, that you need to have all these little stop markers to say well done. Well done to our mothers, well done to our women, well done to every single woman out there, you know.
Aunties, grandmas,
you are doing
woman.
great. You are doing great. The nation, the community depends so much on us, and we're playing a fantastic role.
You know something that strikes me, even in the Bible, when I can't remember the verse, but it was trying to, when Jesus, I think it was Jesus that was trying to describe the love of the Father for us.
Yeah.
Actually, look, when it's, you know the verse where it says, can a mother forget her suckling child?
Absolutely.
That even if she does, or even if I can never, but for you to know how important a mother's love
and how
is.
naturally a woman would unconditionally love, show up. It's beyond responsibility, because sometimes you hear this younger one saying that, oh, you're my mother, you're supposed to be doing it. There's a kind of love that a woman feels for her child that is beyond just giving birth. It's like a love that you don't even understand, that just overwhelms you, that is so beautiful, that she would give up her own very life for you. It's incredible. So well done to us. My husband always makes fun of me when I say that he doesn't say lots of fluffy things about my work sometimes, and he always says that, do you ever see a policeman stop you and say, well done, you're driving well? They never do, right? They only stop you when something is wrong. So I love putting these things in place where we're stopping ourselves to say well done to us.
Well done.
You know, we're going to be the police in our lives that gives us all these little markers that say well done, moms, we're doing well.
Yeah, and so as part of it, of the celebration, we have a loaded episode for you.
Super loaded episode.
We are celebrating moms. We come bearing gifts.
Absolutely, we've got some gifts to give you. So you're going to have to stick with us till the end to find out how you can win one super duper agbada, you know, give out the rich mama vibes, as well as Abby's new book on mothering, you know. So you really want to make sure that you grab that, and perhaps maybe we might even throw in a Seriously Donuts mug. Should we do it? Should we do it, or should we just hold on to it?
Some cooking to do. We've got a special guest in the house today.
Absolutely. Because after my mom called, the bell went off, and we've got Ronke in the house. Ronke makes the most incredible ewa going ever, and she's going to be teaching us. I know, right? Everyone always goes on about jollof rice. In fact, I always brag that I make the best jollof rice in the world. But ewa going, I know not how to do. So, but we've got Ronke here with us from Ronke's Kitchen, and she's going to be teaching us. So perhaps we can throw in, you know, a little bit of a mix, not the usual kind of Mother's Day experience, you know. Let's give them a little surprise with, this street style delicacy, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, what's hot?
Hot topics!
Let's do it.
You know, we always do hot topics first. And today's hot topic is something that trended mostly last week. But we thought it's still okay to talk about it because
Absolutely.
it has to do with parenting. And since it's a Mother's Day special, it's still under parenting. And I'm sure you have an idea of where we're going with this. It's the Asake and his father's saga is what I would like to call it.
Well, this is the thing, right? In fact, let's just roll it back a little bit because Asake in Yoruba is actually a woman's name. But when Asake the musician looked at all the contribution that his mother had made into his life, even though she was a single mom, he named himself and his stage name Asake, taking his mother's first name. Because Asake is actually like a proverbial Yoruba name for a woman. But he took that on board in recognizing the work that his mother had, an investment his mother had made into his life. So I guess this, yes, absolutely. So I guess it makes this story much more understandable for him because he felt that his father did not play that role of a father in his life and has now appeared out of the blues.
When
now
success has come.
Yes. And you know that Yoruba saying where they say my John more kind of thing, and the guy is showing up to jail, and you know Asake is feeling like, well, do you really deserve it? You know, that where were you when fees needed to be paid? Where were you when all these questions? And everybody has been chipping in saying he's not being a good son and all of that. What's your take on it?
It's we don't know what really went down because I've seen some people have come out to say that his dad was actually involved in his life. So all of this is allegedly. We don't know. We were not there. But I would say that since it's a medical issue, there's nothing wrong with Asake chipping in, and I believe he has done that now.
Is it only a medical issue, or is it like just a buy me a house, I need to leave, and
I will get to
some
that.
money to
I will get to that. Now the father's approach is all wrong. You don't do that. Even if you feel you were part of his life, you did your part when he was growing up. This boy is a global star now. You don't come out to embarrass him in the way and manner the father did. I think that was wrong. Coming out, granting interviews to talk about how he's suffering, Asake abandoned. Hello, sir.
You started this game.
Exactly.
You started it.
No, you don't do that. He could have gone about it in a better way. But I'm happy they're reporting that Asake is now taking care of the medical bills and everything else that needs to be taken care of. So all's well that ends well.
Well, I sure hope that he's decided to take it on board because at the end of the day, your father is your father. And you know what the Bible says,
Oh no, your father and your mother,
so that
your
it will
days will be long.
And yeah.
Oh,
Is that what I said?
yes.
I was going to say so it'll be well with you.
Oh
yeah,
yes, is it?
It's one
of
the
two. Who was paying attention in Bible?
You need to go back to Sunday school. Which Sunday school did you go?
So who got it right? You guys, someone tell us.
Please don't tell Apostle. Don't tell our pastor.
Apostle must know about this. What's that thing they say again?
Apostle must hear about this.
this.
I always thought that verse was so that it would. Actually, it might be so that your days will be long. I think I was going to say that so that I will be well with you, but I think it's so that your days will be long.
See, I paid attention in Sunday school.
It's incredible that I take that route, and I think because now that I'm also a parent, my take on parenting is slightly different than I would have said some years ago. Some years ago, I would have been like, you didn't help, you don't deserve it. But now, having had the privilege of being a parent, I know that sometimes parents are going through tough periods in life, trying to show up at work, trying to make ends meet, trying to make their relationship work. And oftentimes, when relationships don't work, sometimes a woman can use that last card, which is the child card, try to. So we don't know if
that's the case.
that's the case, if she kept the son away from him. We don't know. We're not privy to the whole story and situation. So, but I'm happy that Asake has done the right thing and he's going to be paying up.
Big up, Asake.
Well done.
Did well. And,
Well done.
And then the baby mama thing too that came out. Allegedly, there's a baby mama.
Wow, we didn't know about that. We didn't see that coming.
Oh, you see what they say? Success has many friends. Or
but wait,
many
is
parents?
the baby mama pre-Asake?
Of course.
Fame?
Did you see? You should have. When you see the baby, you know that this is definitely pre.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! This is the thing about life, right? We make promises. You don't even realize where God is taking you. And then you do things in the short term that come back and bite you in the bum later. But yeah, I can't say that, he took a misstep. But hey, what happened. He has a child that he needs to take care of. I'm not going to be the one that says don't show up for your child because you're now a superstar and the things you want from life are now different from what you wanted then, because I also believe that, we all have a right to grow and we all have a right to change our minds about things.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
nobody's saying, no, you have to be with a woman. People outgrow people, and
wow, that's tough though. People outgrow people. It's the truth.
And people are there in our lives for a season. There are people that won't. You know what they say? That thing they say, right? That something children cannot play together for. I can't remember that Yoruba saying, but they saying 20 years, and so you can't keep going. Are you still in touch with all your childhood friends or your second?
I might not be in touch with them, but one way or the other, I don't feel like I've fallen out or.
No, yeah, but then you're not you. That's why I said people are in your life for a particular season. People serve different purposes in your life. But once it's a child that you are the child when you were younger, and even though you are no longer with the mom, you still have a responsibility to the child. You have to take It's your child. You have to take care of your child, especially when you have the means.
Especially when he's also being a victim of
the same age. See,
when people start talking about generational rishi. Sometimes these things come back.
Oh my God!
And
that's deep.
Your father did it to you. You should know better. That yes, yeah. I don't want to be the one to judge.
But then it's allegedly. We don't know if it's even true.
Well, we don't know if it's true.
But if it's true, Asake, please do the needful.
He will do. Yeah. I trust Asake. Asake, we trust you.
Lonely and top.
It doesn't have to be lonely. Your baby can be rolling with you.
Oh God. Okay, let's move on to trending topics now.
Let's do it. Trending topics. What's up?
What's trending?
What's trending?
Are you wearing fakes? They will call you out.
Self-appointed police, brand police is on the loose calling out some Nigerian celebrities. What are your thoughts?
Oh my goodness, I'm loving it. You shouldn't be wearing fakes. I'm sorry, I know you.
I absolutely agree that no one should be wearing fakes. The only thing I don't agree with is how he's going about doing it. Because you could go and call out somebody that is actually wearing a genuine item that you don't know about. There are lots of vintages.
But in this case, I don't think he has called out anyone that has not been wearing a fake. And I like how he goes about it, because I'll use my name, because he will say, "Dear Abi." Like, that is fantastic. Like, hold them out with your chest. "Dear Abi, you were spotted carrying this blah 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 Balenciaga whatever bags. They are not real." Like, well done, sir.
So let's delve in deeper. I absolutely agree.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely agree. But there are some things that some of these self-appointed police officers don't even know about, because I remember like a few years ago, Gucci had an Adidas collaboration where they had Gucci but with the Adidas logo. A lot of people thought people that showed up in those were fake, but it was their knowledge of how Gucci shows up that they didn't upgrade. These outfits were not fake. It was a legit collaboration. So sometimes before you appoint yourself as,
maybe it feels it knows enough about big brands, about high-end brands to come out and call people out. And I would say the reason why I'm not complaining is because most of these people is calling out are
actually wearing
and they are wearing fakes. And these are people that when they pirate their movies, they are crying online. And,
in fairness, nobody should be like
someone else's work
or someone's intellectual property.
If someone starts going around carrying,
but the thing I think about
our dear seriously donuts, we'll complain
now. We'll come for you, all guns blazing. Like,
yes,
do you know how long it took us to ideate and all of that to work on this? So yes,
don't
completely.
Wear knockoffs.
Don't wear knockoffs. There's
nice.
No point. I mean, there's nothing as beautiful as wearing a U brand. As in, now these days, personalizing your own handbag is so cool. Wear your own name. Maybe take inspiration from some of these designers and all of that.
Talking about that, Bola, there are brands that copy the big brands and it's they put it in stores. Like Zara would copy a Balenciaga.
ASOS was like as seen on screen. That's how that brand started. Zara, half of the time you go in there and some of the designs there are inspiration from big shows and bigger brands, but they do it in such a way that is tasteful, and they don't do it by stripping them completely.
Exactly. Or putting the brand. Then that's when it's a problem. If you're making something and then passing it out as the original,
passing it off, that's where it becomes a huge problem. Wear your name. Just get someone to put your name on it. It's just so much more.
Or wear your Primark, wear whatever you can afford. You mean
Primani? You mean Primani?
you can still be stylish. It doesn't have to be a big name for you to look good.
And these days, to be honest, nobody cares about what you're wearing. I remember getting on the train and I saw this woman. She had a Hermes bag, she had a H&M bag, and then she had a Primark bag. I was like, talk about going from the lowest end to the highest end. It was so beautiful to see. I wish I could take a picture, but I'm not that one that would flout anyone's privacy. But it was just so beautiful to see. Like shopping bag from Primark, from H&M. So from the bottom to the middle to the top. And the woman is like, let's go with the fashion.
No matter where it's from.
Nobody cares. Just look
be
good.
Happy, look good. Turn up looking nice. And
absolutely.
Enjoy your fashion, but don't wear knockoffs.
No knockoffs. There's just no space for that. Just self-express, show up. No knockoffs, though.
So I think we can now go into our main show now. Mother's Day special.
Woohoo! We did promise that we've got some gifts. But before we get into the gifts, let's talk about mothers. Let's just give this moment to give mothers their flowers. Motherhood. What does that mean to you, and what's the best that you've ever had as a mother? Let's talk about the best that you had as a mother, and maybe perhaps that day where you were like, I love being a mother, but
ever make it fún mama mi.
Hey.
Orisha biya kò sí láyé. So this is for you, Mom. Keep resting. I love you. I'm getting teary-eyed there because there's nothing like a mom. I always say that when a friend of mine recently lost her mom, and I told her that it's like a cover has been removed. Yorubas will say Ashobura. It's like, because that's just a mom. No one, and I still repeat it, I would always say, no one can love like a mom. Even the Bible, in trying to describe God's love, I think it was Jesus that used the love of, said, can a mother forget her suckling child? That even if she does, that God will never forget. But for him to use a mom's love to describe his love. That means he even respects the love of a mom.
Because it just takes over you. When you see a child for the first time, there's this incredible love that just overwhelms you that you've never experienced it before. It's just so overwhelming that and everything changes. It's like it reorders everything. Like, okay, this is the positioning. Yeah, that's why sometimes women are blamed and said that we forget ourselves. It's just, let's blame it on the love, the mother's love.
Yeah, so that's why we're taking out to celebrate you today, because of all you do for your children, for your nieces and your nephews. And so this is not just for moms, it's for aunties, it's for godmothers, it's for grandmas. We're celebrating all of you today. We see you, we see all you do for your children and your nieces and everyone. Well done.
Well done. I asked you a question about.
I'm still thinking.
You're still thinking about it.
How would I answer that? Like,
okay, let me tell you. let me tell you. I think my best day as a mom was when my sons got baptized, and the church we go to, because my kids are old enough, they get to choose whether they want to be baptized. And I think my proudest moment was when my son described, I don't know if I should be proud of it, but he described myself and my husband as well, when the pastor asked him what his greatest influence was, he was like, our greatest influence in choosing Christ is our religious mom. Our religious mom. I wasn't sure how I felt about being described as religious, but I was so happy that he recognized and saw Christ in us first, and he thought, okay, that's not a bad deal. It made me feel like I'd done and I shed some seriously cool tears. Although he did say that my religious mom and religious dad, and then he said and a TikTok pastor. So I'm like, so I'm now like competing with TikTok pastor Egbami.
But who is this TikTok pastor?
Who knows?
Though?
But I'm just grateful that we all kind of like work together. You know what the Bible says, one waters. And so now I don't try to say that, well, you're going to go to heaven and it's all on me. So, one plant for all waters. So I was really proud of that. But my worst day, I thank God, is not even like something like really sinister. But when my son turned 16, and I was working so hard that I had lost count of the days, or I almost missed it. And he came and he said, "Mommy, I'm turning 16 tomorrow," and I just burst out crying. And I was like, how dare you? You're not allowed to be 16 yet. I just did not realize how much time had passed. And as mothers, sometimes we just keep going. We're trying to earn our own. We're trying to do this, do that. And I don't know what I was thinking, but I never really stopped to count that, oh yeah, you're now 16. And then when he stopped me and said he's 16, it just felt like, you mean 16 years of my life has passed by just like that? Wow. And it was just a time of realization for me that, and then I started to question myself, this 16 years, what have I done with my life? It became a deep moment. My son was like, Mom, it's not about you.
Oh. So you were crying and it was
I was totaled. I was like, no, I can't have been working this hard. I can't have been chasing my dream. How did my child become 16? He's almost going to be 18, on his way to his own. And, it was just a whole lot of emotions. And this is what we go through as parents. Yeah. What's yours?
Oh, I think just the everyday thing we do, because you just want them to succeed so much, and you put in everything for
that
this.
You forget yourself.
You forget yourself. It's the making sure they are ready for the exams, is the making sure that and then when they come and they're successful, the pride in your heart, and when they come to thank me, like in the case of my son when he passed his 11th class, and you know, I actually taking time to thank me for all of the time I put in to help him, and it was just
because
really
they see it. These kids see everything.
Yes,
they see the ones we think they see. They can read between the lines, and you know, it's incredible. I remember when I was growing up that I'll be like watching my mom like I was, and I was always like, let me see if this woman, if she's going to turn somewhere or something. Maybe there'll be somewhere I'll tell daddy and all of that. It's incredible. Kids see everything. They see through, you know, what you're trying to hide, and it's so beautiful to know that we're creating that environment for them and that future that some of us didn't have or we had, and we want to keep that legacy going because our parents did for us like everything that they could as well. So what's the flip side?
The flip side,
if you had any.
Of course, motherhood is hard work. You remember when you did that quick question, and I can't remember what I said about motherhood. It's hard work. it's a lot, and sometimes the pressure gets so much that I just had to cry. Like, am I doing this right? Am I making anything with my own, doing anything with my own life? And I just panic sometimes. Like, am I setting the right example for these boys? Am I teaching them?
I know, right? And then you see some moms, they're like super moms.
Yeah,
they're like so organized. Like 3:00 school meeting, 2:00 we have to be at the
everything is so
rehearsal. Everything,
I'm like, it's like tick.
I know, right? And they're like, no uniform day. But sometimes I'm like, is it no uniform day tomorrow? Okay. At some point, I even stopped trying to rush around, and I just told my husband that, you know what? I'm not even going to try to be a super mom. I'm going to be a grace mom, one that just trusts God to help me with this journey. I'm not even going to try it because I just couldn't cope.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, they're like some moms that would just be like, the whole hookup, the whole convo is about the school, is about the playground, is about the after school clubs. I'm not that girl.
So it's just that. Yeah. It's just the exhaustion that comes with motherhood sometimes. I just want to need a break sometimes. Like, oh my God, because everything is mom, this, mom, that. Oh my God, it's just me. It's just being boy. I just want to be that girl, you know, that girl that has no kids. So sometimes I get that.
Yeah.
I think, am I doing well? Am I doing? Am I even a mom?
We're all doing well as mothers, and this is just a reminder for each and every one of us that it doesn't matter your mothering style. As long as you're showing up for your child, you're doing the best that you can. That's the best. And just, you know, getting a support network around us to make sure that, you know,
we can't do it.
Yeah, absolutely. But yes, we're doing well.
Well done, Mom.
Well done. Well
so
done.
Let's
any more mothers?
Oh yes. The mental health, you know, a lot of it's part of what I just said now. Take time as a mom to when you need a break. I know it's hard, especially for those of us abroad, where you can just drop the kids with your sister. Yep. Your sister could be, maybe they're even in somewhere else, in Ghana, in Zimbabwe, in Nigeria, that you don't have family around you. Well, you just need to try and find a community. Because you can't do life alone. We can't do life alone.
We weren't supposed to do life alone. We were not created to do life alone. And sometimes we need to just shout and be like, look, I need help here. You know, and you'd be shocked that people are waiting to lend a hand. Most times people, just because of the kind of society that we're in, when people find that you look like you're self-sufficient, you're like good, nobody reaches out. But the moment you pick up the phone and you ask for help, you'd be surprised the people that will show up for you. So yeah, there's help out there.
Yeah, and postpartum depression, which is not discussed enough. People, we know, we see you moms, whoever you are, that you're going through this. I think people overlook it. Maybe they feel, was there that there? But it happens to people, and they just struggle. They just struggle with especially in new mothers, because that's why it's postpartum.
And it's absolutely nothing to be ashamed of if you're like going through a difficult period, being a mother, coping with motherhood. You know, something's got to give. Just don't try to be like the neighbor that's got it all together. Just yield into it. If the bedroom has to be crazy mad for you to have your sanity, so be it. Let it be crazy mad. But just make sure that up there and in here and all around you, because you can't give what you don't have. You can't pour from an empty cup. So yes, look after you, and because when you're there, you know, you're going to be able to give to a whole nation. That's the power we have, you know.
As women, as mothers.
Yes.
And what we said before, community people. So if you're, we are women of faith. If we can't find a good community from friends, the church. Usually they are
prayers. God will show you. So honestly,
get like-minded people that can encourage. We need each other as women. We need people to push you up when you need a push, people to hold you when you need a hug, people to cry with you when you need to cry. Just get people around you that can support you, that can speak
uplift
life into you, you know, just what you need we need to do that for each other as women and as mothers. So so that's
awesome. So we're gonna call Ronke in shortly. But before we call Ronke in, there's something really important that I think that because this is episode 2 and we're trying to we kind of like feel that you need to get to know us a little bit deeper before we get in your face, because you'll be thinking, what these ladies are like just giving us. We don't feel like we're advice experts, we're just human beings like you. And we've also had experiences that are incredible. I am actually sitting next to a very incredible woman that has stared death right in the face. And she leaves to speak about it. The same has happened to me, but in different circumstances. But I would love for Abi to share her story with you. Perhaps maybe this episode or next.
Push it to the next.
Should we push it till the next?
Okay. We have the cooking to do. And
we have cooking to do.
Let's not.
So maybe that was a tease actually. But when you see us, just know that we're survivors. We're women just like you that have been through hell and back. But we thank God. We thank God that God has kept us for such a time as this, for us not only to share our own experiences, but to glean from you as well. So as much as we speak our minds, we hope that you will engage with us and, you know, get into conversation with us.
That's part of what we spoke about, the 100 followers. And
I forgot to tell you.
Okay.
So this is our excitement. Abi?
We hit 100 followers on Instagram. Actually, not over 100, because you guys are still following. You're
Thank
still
you
liking
so much.
We're enjoying all the comments.
This is only episode 2, and we are super excited that we already have 100 and a little bit over 100 of you already. Thank you so much. We do not take it for granted. You know, when we started to ideate this podcast, we wanted something that would be impactful. Yes, like conversation. Yes, something that represents the age group that we're in and the conversations that actually keep us going. But it's really nice to know that we have an audience listening to us and participating. So please continue to like, share.
We keep dropping comments. It's encouraging, you know, and we love hearing from you.
Thank you.
Yeah, keep sharing, keep liking, and thank you so much.
Thank you. So episode 2, super excited. Let's see how we can get Ronke in the kitchen and we can talk through the rest of today's topics. Yay!